He is believed to be the first student to be expelled from the U accused of using AI to cheat. He's not only denying it, he's
But how is that cheating though?
suing, and people are watching to see what happens. Chris Harapsky breaks down the case that could have widespread implications.
In August 2024, U of M grad student Haishan Yang was on a trip in Morocco, remotely working on his second PhD. The final step before writing his thesis, passing a preliminary exam. He had 8 hours to answer 3 essay questions. The test said he could use notes, reports, and books from class, but explicitly said no artificial intelligence.
What did you think? Do you think you did well?
I think I did perfect. I was very happy.
Well, I mean, could you say it's? I mean, I'm sure Chad gets it. These sues, you say, "Oh, it's not AI. It's a reasoning model or some stupid ass shit."
What did you think? Do you think you did well?
I think I did perfect. I was very happy.
Weeks later,
No?
he'd get an email telling him he failed, accused by the grading professors of using an AI program like ChatGPT. The university held a student conduct review hearing, a small trial of sorts.
Here we lay out the evidence on both sides.
Interesting.
Yang let us review all the information the 4 professors used, all of them concluding they had significant concerns the paper was not written in Yang's voice and involved concepts not covered in class. When the professors entered the exam into ChatGPT and compared those answers to Yang's, they found certain parts matched in both structure and language. They cited these headlines and these bullet points as suspicious. Professor
This fucking guy, he just copy pasted. Really? You can just make it different?
Peter Hugfeld wrote, "I was struck by the similarities between the two that seemed extremely unlikely to be coincidental." In one answer, Yang used
Should
the
have
acronym
scrambled it.
PCO, which stands for Primary Care Organization. Even though Yang contends the acronym shows up in established journals, all 4 professors said none of them in their careers had ever seen that acronym before. Where else does it appear?
Chat, hold on. What if this guy had published this onto some shit before, and then he says, "Hey guys, AI was using my research."
They say they found it in ChatGPT's answers. And then there's this. An earlier accusation Yang used AI. On a homework assignment he turned in, Professor Susan Mason says one paragraph ended with a note to self that read, quote, "Rewrite it, make it more casual, like a foreign student write, but no AI." In a letter to Community Standards, Mason said she strongly suspected Yang was using AI. Yang admitted he used it to check his English, but denied using it for answers on the assignment. Ultimately, he received a warning from the U.
That was the bulk of evidence used against Yang. Here's his take.
Did you use ChatGPT for the test?
I did not use ChatGPT in the test.
Instead, Yang believes certain professors were out to get him, alleging one professor altered the evidence to make him look guilty.
Do you think that this was a conspiracy amongst the professors against you personally?
My advisor, Brandao, certainly believes so, and
What do you believe?
I believe so too.
Why would Yang believe that? About a year before the exam, records show the university cut
this guy's-
Yang's financial support
this guy just
after
caught
claims of poor performance and disparaging behavior as a research assistant.
And the graduate director told me in person that I should consider to quit.
Yang appealed with support from his advisor, who called the way Yang was being treated by the department an embarrassment. The U apologized and agreed to restore his funding if Yang agreed not to sue. So how does this play into Yang's new dispute over AI? Well, he gives 2 reasons why he believes ChatGPT's answers were similar to his. First, ChatGPT is trained off the same books and reports that he studies from.
What does it mean? It means my answer probably similar to hundreds of thousands, millions of paper ChatGPT absorbed.
Second, he says the exam answers seemed close because he believes one of the professors altered them. Yang discovered differences between the ChatGPT answers submitted at this hearing and the ones originally shared between the professors. Comparing the two versions, you can see fonts were changed and some paragraphs omitted. He believes one professor was re-asking ChatGPT, hoping to get a closer match to his answers.
Well, that's...
Apparently, you generate 2 ChatGPT answers, and you didn't claim it. So they generate 2 versions, but they only...
Well, I mean, getting multiple prompts is fine as long as you're not guiding the GPT. As long as you're not guiding it to change it to resemble the other one. If it's always a new prompt, it's okay to keep asking new prompts. Because, I mean, dude, like...
attach one version.
You can't figure out what prompt they
use.
use.
They can keep generating, and they generate some version. Oh, wow, it's more similar.
Yang's advisor, Brian Dowd, wrote a letter in Yang's defense calling him, quote, the best read student he'd ever encountered. He called the evidence against Yang inconclusive, and to the panel wrote, quote, in over 4 decades in our division, I never have seen this level of animosity directed at a student. I have no explanation for that animosity.
So how...
Well, chat, I can definitely see how the elitist... chat, I feel like the educators, listen, no disrespect, usually elitist, which is fair enough. They work to get where they're at in terms of knowledge or whatever. Seeing somebody use ChatGPT probably diminishes and makes them belittles their work and their knowledge or whatever. And they probably have a lot of hostility against it. And it's that animosity, it kind of makes sense. Not, I'm excusing it. It makes sense that it would play out like that.
How did the U's mini trial end? After listening to all the evidence, the 5-member panel decided unanimously that Yang, more likely than not, cheated.
Especially for a PhD.
That he was expelled from the university, and with it, a cancellation of his student visa, allowing him into the country.
Ooh!
In January, Yang filed state and federal lawsuits against one of the professors and others at the university, alleging altered evidence and a lack of due process. Yang says he did use ChatGPT to help him file those lawsuits.
Oh, the irony at the end there. Our thanks to Chris Harapsky. We'll be following that story.
What?
Certainly big implications for students, teachers, professors across the state.
Wait, hold on. Chat, do you really need an actual lawyer to do law shit? You do, right? To do actual documents, and you don't need anybody that have the bar. If you file everything correctly with ChatGPT, you think you can do your thing? No, you can't. There's no shot. Well, you can represent yourself, and if you're the defendant in a criminal prosecution, right? But I think if you're like leading a civil lawsuit, I don't think you can solo that shit. Like, can you? Well, I guess I'll have to check ChatGPT. Can you sue someone? Can you file a civil lawsuit by yourself and represent yourself in that case without being a lawyer or without the help of one? Huh? Pay serve the defendant, gather evidence. Chat. Dude, I kind of want to do that for fun at this point almost, no? If there's a problem, just give it a shot, no? GG? No, I'm saying if you had to do a lawsuit, I'm saying it. Not for fun, I'm saying if you had to file a lawsuit, some small court thing or whatever the fuck, right? I mean, aren't you allowed as a citizen to stand up for yourself and just give it a shot by yourself? How was that concerning? It's not concerning. Guys, if some guy tomorrow scratches my car, I'm like, yo, fuck this shit, man. And I'm like, you know what? I want to call a lawyer. Maybe I can do this myself. I want to try it. And I mean, what was the problem with that? No, it wouldn't be for fun. Bro, I said for fun as in like, it's adventurous, but if you think you have a good shot at doing it, and you're going through it anyway, I mean, I don't really see the problem with it. What is the problem with it? Explain it. I know that there's like certain courts have their own like little rules, and it's to be different. Some judges are a certain way, the knowledge of that, and what people do and what they don't. There are a lot of things in law that is never enforced, that people never do and shit like that. It happens all the time, right? Like, it's just what it is. Like, knowing all that, it's kind of tough to. I feel like ChatGPT wouldn't know that. You need like on the field like experience. Real?